Well, the individual is now facing domestic terrorism charges in the wake of yesterday's confrontation coming from all over the country, as well as France and Canada. So joining us now for a closer look, Georgia Attorney General Christopher Carr. AG Carr, thank you so much for your time tonight. We know this, as we said, not the first flare-up between protesters and law enforcement over the facility, but Atlanta's police chief calling this a, quote, significant escalation. How is that being responded to? You said today that there may be an ongoing law enforcement operation.
Yeah, Nichole, thank you for having me on. Well, first of all, I'm just going to echo what the chief said. What happened last night was not peaceful protest. It was violence, plain and simple. And as you mentioned, 23 of the individuals arrested, charged with domestic terrorism, which in the state of Georgia is when you use violence in order to damage infrastructure or property in the attempt to change public policy. That's a state law and one that we will continue to use. But of the 23, only 2 were from the state of Georgia. Others came from Massachusetts and New York and Colorado, and we had 1 from Canada and 1 from France. But the bottom line is this: you cannot come to this state. You can't throw Molotov cocktails at police officers. You can't light construction vehicles on fire. You can't shoot police officers and not be held accountable. This isn't Oregon. This isn't Washington. This is the state of Georgia, and you will be held accountable.
And AG Carr, we were taking a look at those 23 individuals who were arrested last night. This is being called a coordinated attack. Any indication as to why they picked last night to do it?
Well, they declared this past week, March 4th to March 11th, week of action. And you know, Nichole, I will stand and defend anybody's First Amendment right to peaceful protest, even when I disagree with the message. But protesters use words. Rioters use violence. What happened last night was a crime. Again, engaging in activity, shooting laser pins into police officers' eyes, lighting construction vehicles on fire, unacceptable. That's not peaceful protest. That's not using the First Amendment. Even when you disagree, again, I would defend you. But what happened yesterday was violence, and we're not going to tolerate it in the state of Georgia.
All right, so if they're supposed to be taking action from March 4th through the 11th, right now it's March 6th, are we going to see more incidents, more escalation?
Well, I hope not. Again, if people want to disagree with this training center, and again, I would say, Nichole, saying Cop City is a little bit deceptive, because what this public safety training center will do is train firefighters and first responders and police officers, those folks that we need in the most critical times in our lives. And when you look at what was discussed, particularly coming out of the summer of 2020, social unrest that we had, there were folks on the left talking about defunding the police. There were others talking about the need for better trained law enforcement. That's what our community responded, went through the democratic process. In fact, it was a part of the mayoral race here in Atlanta. But that was the public policy decision after an airing, and we decided to move forward. Mm-hmm. Those that disagree, if you want to stand on the courthouse steps or the sidewalk and disagree with it, that's fine. But that's not what's occurring here. People are coming from around the country and from the state of Georgia engaging in violence.
Right.
And that's not right.
Well, AG Carr, as we take a look at that video, in many instances, it really does look like a war zone with the smoke, seeing the fire. Do officials know who's in charge of the protest? Who is running all of this?
Well, there's an ongoing investigation, and I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. But as you see on the video, there are individuals in riot gear with shields. Again, it looked like folks that were preparing for battle in an army, not individuals that were wanting to exercise their right to peaceful protest. Mm-hmm. So again, peaceful protest protected by the First Amendment, violence, criminal activity, you'll be held accountable in the state of Georgia.
Well, AG, are you surprised at all by just how much pushback this planned facility is receiving?
I really am, because at the end of the day, this is about keeping not just law enforcement, not just first responders, not just firefighters safer. It's about a safer community. Better trained officers will lead to a safer community. Same with our first responders. So I'm surprised. And when you see that 60 to 90% of all violent crime is gang affiliated, and who are the communities most often terrorized by gangs? lower income, racially diverse, and immigrant populations. This is about keeping everybody safe, but in particular, our most vulnerable communities.
Yeah.
So it's completely perplexing to me that this has become the issue that it has. But again, we're going to stand by law enforcement. We're going to stand by our first responders and our community that have responded in order to have better trained first responders in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.